All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode here on Multi-Gen Collectibles, where we are going through boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes of cards and containers and binders of cards and finding this gem of a collection from 1988 to 1994 with a few 87 and 86 cards sprinkled in there. All right. Hopefully you're connecting with the story of my collecting journey, and maybe you feel nostalgic, especially for those of you that also collected in the 80s and 90s, or like me, collected as a kid and stepped away from collecting entirely as a teenager and never went back, and now we are reuniting with that collection. And if that's you, drop a comment, let me know your journey. Let's build some sort of dialogue and add to this community of hobbyists and collectors and see how we are navigating this world around our collection that we're holding on to or have held on to for so many years. And answer the question, what do we do with it now? What do we do with this collection that could be 30 to 35 or even 40 years old? All right. Today, we are getting back into this white box that you see in front of you that is unlabeled, and we've already gone into it a little bit. This is part 3, and let's go ahead and open this up. We've started from this far left side over here. I have a couple stands that I'm bringing out just because, we want to highlight a couple cards and maybe show some love to what we have in here. So we started on this far left side, and I'm kind of breaking things down by like color, thinking, hey, these cards look like they might be part of the same set or the same brand or the same year, who knows? So let's jump in to this, okay? We'll grab this little stack and let's see what we have in here. Off the top, I can see we have some baseball. Looks like 40-year anniversary of Topps. Jeff Reardon to lead things off. What year would this be? Oh, that's right, 91. So this is 91 Topps, celebrating 40 years of Topps. And Reardon sets it all off, followed by a few players here. Now we're getting into some 92 Upper Deck. Or is this 93? Yeah, 92. 92 Upper Deck. Greg Myers. Let's see what we got here. Andy Bennis, former Olympian. Ryan Bowen. Al Osuna, getting some behind the camera work, learning how to become a videographer. Tony Pena. Joe Oliver. Ooh, look at that. I think this is the second time we've seen this card somewhere. Look at Kenny Lofton. Star rookie card. We've seen this card somewhere else, or we've seen another card with him in an Astros uniform as a rookie. But look at that. How many of you remember seeing Kenny Lofton as a Houston Astro? We're going to put that right there. Joe Hesketh. Now let's turn these around. Look, these look like Don Russ, and we have some basketball waiting for us. What is this? 92 Don Russ, I believe. Yep, 92 Don Russ. Here we go. Mike Flanagan, Bob Welch, great pitcher for a few years. Look at that rated rookie logo. I love that rated rookie logo. There's no other rookie logo like it, and they've stayed consistent. They kept it, never changed it. Talk about consistency. So Don Russ, shout out to you for never walking away from your rated rookie logo. Looks like we have a lot of pictures. Oh, the big unit, 92 Don Russ, Randy Johnson card. Not a rookie card, unfortunately. But we'll take a Randy Johnson Hall of Fame card somewhere, right? Bob Tewksbury, Jose Lind. And Yvonne, oh, look at this. Todd Van Poppel rated rookie card. I don't want to say you don't see that often, but I'm sure you did. But this is the first time we've seen it. Todd Van Poppel with a rated rookie. Got some basketball. and then we go back to here. Let's do this. We got basketball, Marty Conlon. Back to baseball with some Bobby Thompson. Or Robbie Thompson, sorry, not Bobby Thompson. Bobby Thompson's a Hall of Famer, right? Bobby Thompson. That's Robbie Thompson. Mike Henneman. Back to some 92 Donruss with Bobby Bonilla, getting some ground ball work, backhanding a ground ball. Bobby Bonilla, not a Hall of Famer, but definitely a solid player throughout the 90s and late 80s. Gary Sheffield, look at this Gary Sheffield 92 Fleer card. I always liked this year because of this side. I know some people don't care for it. I always liked it. I always liked this card. I like the Fleer more than the score. Okay, we'll set that right there. Boom. David Justice. Okay, so we have Gary Sheffield and David Justice. We'll set that right there as well. Watch out, Kenny. Ron Karkovice, right? Ron Karkovice, or Ron Karkovice. Chris Gwynn, the brother of Tony Gwynn. Scott Bradley. Steve Olin. Dennis Martinez, El Presidente, with the league leaders. Dennis Martinez. Scott Brocious as a prospect, and yes, he was heavily prospected to be a great player. Had a couple good seasons with the A's. I don't know what happened with him though. Greg Olson. Let's flip these around. Looks like we got some more baseball back there. Chris Beasley, Dwight Gooden. We've seen this card in the past. We had an all Mets. If you remember in one of the other videos, we had an all Mets team bag with like 10 or 12 Mets, and this was in there. So good to know we have another copy of this. Gilberto Reyes, Kevin Reamer. Got a checklist. Got Flash Gordon, Tom Flash Gordon. Now we're going into some Bowman. What year is this? 90, 91, 89. This is 90. This is from the 90 set. Okay. That was quick. Now we're back to 90 score. Dave Gallagher. R.J. Reynolds. Andres Tames. Now we got some 90 Fleer. I definitely like the 92 Fleer way more than the 90 Fleer. The 92 Fleer was way better than 90. Melido Perez, or Melido Perez, I should say. Oh, look at Eric Plunk. Talk about Fleer. This was a legendary set right here. 1989 Fleer. This style. So basic, I guess you could say is the best word. So basic. But there are a couple players in this 89 set that kind of throw it over the top, right? Make it legendary. Yeah, 89 Fleer. Eric Plunk. Randy Velarde. Now we're going on to some 91 Upper Deck. And Ken Hill to lead us off here. We got the Collector's Choice with Pedro Guerrero. Let's see. Greg Maddux. How interesting. As a batter, not as a pitcher. A lot of people don't know this, but he was pretty solid getting on base as a pitcher. So he was definitely a good pitcher to have at bat. He was able to get on base pretty effectively. Let's see. Who else we got? Rick Russell. Orozco. And Omar Vizquez, such a solid player at shortstop for so many years. All right, let's find ourselves another little stacky stack over here. Let's do this right here. This might be our last stack for this video. Maybe we'll see. Oh, we got some 86 tops. You know what's funny, man? In a previous video, we had the 500 count, right? The vendor box, and that was the bulk of my 86 tops collection. But every now and then, when we go into these boxes like this one here, that have so many assorted cards, we end up finding some more 86 tops. And they didn't come from that box either. They were somehow in my collection. I got them from somewhere. Maybe a couple packs that I opened as a kid early on, I'm guessing. So we have some more 86 tops. Now, if you look closely, look behind us, or look behind these cards, we have the wood grain, the legendary wood grain of 87 tops. I absolutely love this card. Daryl Boston, Brian Downing. Listen, there are several years of cards that you're like, yeah, that's the one. 86 tops is one of those. 87 tops. Who in their mind would ever have thought to put a wood grain as a background, as a border on a baseball card? Who would have ever thought that? These designers did. And I think that was one of the most legendary moves ever. This 87 Don Russ, also legendary card. The artwork around the border, I don't know why, but this always reminded me of an old school stereo, like a home stereo. I don't know why. And I think it's because my grandparents had an old school television and stereo setup, and the speakers kind of look a little bit like this, like the speaker cover. I'm guessing that's why. I don't know. But yeah, the 87 Don Russ is definitely another one of those years. 88, I actually really like. Some people don't care for it. I do. I like it. I don't know what it is about these blue and black and red gradations. I always liked them. Always liked them. Back to some basketball. We've got Rex Chapman, got a little bit of Skybox. Now we got Joe Dumars with some Upper Deck. Oh, look at the mailman. Karl Malone All-Star card from 1992. Or is that 91? Yeah, 92. Oh, the skylights. Sorry, this is 93 Upper Deck. Skylights, Upper Deck, D Brown. We recently found in another video, we found the Shaq Skylights, the card that I have. And I also have a Michael Jordan Skylights. I believe we saw that recently. Oh, no, I think we saw that early on in the videos that I was posting. If not, it's somewhere. Jerome Richardson. I never knew that was his first name. Ever. I always knew his name was Pooh, like Winnie the Pooh. I always knew him as Pooh Richardson, but I guess his name is Jerome Richardson. Yeah, he was fun to watch, man. San Antonio team card, Golden State Warriors card with Tim Hardaway and Magic Johnson. Let's turn these upside down. Let's show them some respect. We got a Mitch Richmond Olympic card as well in there. Don Chaney, Houston Rockets coach. Jack Haley, Thurl Bailey with the goggles. Jerry Reynolds, 6-man. Ralph Sampson. Look at Ralph Sampson. Mitch Richmond with the 88 Olympic card. Sacramento Kings, Wes Unseld. Phil Addison, Denver Nuggets card. Manute Bol, Stay in School. Phoenix Suns. Look how glossy that is. Compared to the rest of the set, that is super glossy. Ricky Pierce. This man, he was dangerous. This is one of those basketball players that you know that when they leave the court, you do not want to run up on them outside. You don't want to run up on them at the club, at the restaurant, at the bar, at the dealership, on the corner. Ricky Pierce was that dude. Michael Williams with the 92-93 Fleer Ultra. Another Mitch Richmond with the Kings after he left the Warriors. Derek Harper, that was a dangerous man too. Danny Ainge, dangerous and dirty, but dangerous. Terrell Brandon, this is a dope card. Dana Barros, Robert Pack. Look at these in-action dunk cards by Terrell Brandon and Robert Pack. Those are dope. Those are dope. Oh, Terry Cummings. That's a cool in-action card. Oh, look who it is. Tony Kukoc with the upper deck. Tony Kukoc. What does it say in the corner? It says top prospects. Now, in another video, we found multiple rookie cards of his in the Fleer Ultra set. Kenny Anderson, one of the best point guards in the 90s, for sure. I wish he had a better career, man. He was fun. Let's do one more. Let's do one more little stack right here. We'll keep it short. We'll keep it short, keep it simple. We'll keep it short and funky. How about that? All right. We have Elite Leaders card way back there. Oh, this is dope. Look at this. The Upper Deck 1993 in your face slam dunk competition. Look at that. To commemorate the dunk competition, Upper Deck said, let's put that in a card. With the gold foil at the top. That is clean. That is nice. David Benoit. Yeah, that was dope. That was the year that Sabalos won, when he was blindfolded. He wore the blindfold. The year after D. Brown won it, which is that brother right here. The year after D. Brown won, when he did a no-look dunk in 92. Lakers team card. That's what I'm talking about. Lakers team card. Look at Magic throwing the no-look. Look at that. No-look pass to Eldon Campbell. Campbell, you better be ready. Don't let that go through your hands. Don't let that go out of bounds. Some more Skybox. Sampson again. Mitch Richmond again. Jerry Sloan. Jeff Malone. Benoit Benjamin. Now we have some NBA hoops. Tony Bennett, but not the singer. NBA hoops. Upper Deck, game faces Ron Harper with the Clippers before he went to the Bulls and won a few championships. Harvey Grant, Horace Grant's brother. Todd Day with the classic four sport. Todd Day was dope to watch, man, with Arkansas. Whew, that was a squad right there. Arkansas was a squad. What year is that? 92? Oh, yeah. They were running. They were running. Arkansas Razorbacks. Executive Board, Buck Williams. Oh, and then this man. You know what? I'm not even going to say too much, because those of you that know. Christian Laettner. Yep. I ain't even gotta say nothing. Should not have been, I'm gonna say it. Should not have been on the 92 Dream Team. Should not have been on the Dream Team. That should have been Shaq. That should have been Shaq. I'm sorry. I had to say it. Had no reason to be on that Dream Team. I said what I said. Malik Sealy with the NBA draft card. Laterial Green with another classic four sport. Back to baseball, Carl Willis. Ken Patterson. Back to another baseball with Judd Buechler. I forget his last name, how to say it correctly. And finally, we finish off with the Team Leaders Cecil Fielder card. If you remember in another video, we found the Team Leaders Ricky Henderson card. So this was the Team Leaders of the 92 Fleer set, the subset. All right, everybody, we're going to conclude this episode here. We have a few cards that we put on the display, I guess you could say. And if you see something that you want to comment on, you found something in this video that you connected with, please let me know. Drop a comment, give it a like, maybe even share it with somebody. All right? Maybe even share it with somebody. The big unit, Randy Johnson. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see you in part 4, y'all. Peace out.